All right, y'all. So in this episode, we are going to be taking this apart. I have no idea what's inside of here. Never done it before. And we're going to be taking this apart. This being the shifter. I suck at it, but I love it. Or go ahead and laugh. I would laugh. Obviously. So neither one of these have I ever done before, but I need to tear them apart and figure out kind of what bushings, bearings, whatever seals I'm gonna have to buy. Because they both leaked pretty bad and the boots are totally shot on that one. And this one is my biggest concern. Look how much this bushing, I assume it's a bushing, in there is worn. I mean, it's just completely ovaled out. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me look. It's totally oblonged up here at the top. So, it's got a tremendous amount of slop in it. So, originally I had about probably 25 minutes worth of video already recorded of me pulling the air tank and fuel tank brackets off the driver's side of the truck, but I was talking to my wife, not paying attention. I was going through deleting video that I had already made, that had already uploaded, and I wasn't paying attention and I deleted all those clips. So, and it's been raining for 4 days. Tomorrow is Wednesday, Friday I'm leaving town for 3 or 4 days, so this is what you're getting this week. So I did get my new airlines in for the transmission for the Eaton, for the splitters, and I'll post up all the part numbers for the different lengths. It's not a complete list, but the way Eaton does the part numbers for their lines makes no sense at all. But you know, you'd think a consecutive 5 numbers or whatever would be a consecutive number of lengths of hose, but it ain't that way. It's totally random. But anyways, I'll post a picture of that in case anybody else is needing Eaton transmission hose lengths. I figured it out. So let's get going with rebuilding, well, tearing down and eventually rebuilding this stuff so I can get the parts ordered and get them headed this way. So I think we'll start with this unit. I suspect it's going to be the most complicated. I'm going to order a new shifter knob. This one's a little bit tired, but and I'm gonna sandblast and paint all this stuff once I get it apart. It was originally blue, kind of a light metallic blue. It's kind of cool. The frame was that funky green, so I don't know. It's got weird color choices. So I'm gonna just go ahead and just rip right into this. It looks like there's a little roll pin or screw, not sure what that is. It's a roll pin that will allow this to slide up, allowing this ring to come out from the look of it, and then drive that pin out. I'm concerned that some of these parts, mainly the shaft, could potentially be sloppy enough that they may need remachined or replaced, but I don't know. We'll find out together. I'm also concerned about getting this roll pin out. Off camera, I cleaned all this stuff up. It was nasty greasy. It's also raining outside, so if it gets to raining too hard, you're not gonna be able to hear anything. I got crucified in one of my old videos because I used a claw hammer and a screwdriver instead of these. So yes, I do have these. Anyways, I'm not sure if this is gonna come out or not. It's kind of beat up. Oh yeah, it's moving easy. You get a smaller screwdriver. Oh, I'm doing it again. That's not a punch. Somebody better hurry up and leave a comment. And she's out. And it didn't break anything. Okay. So that will allow that to slide up. And that to slide up. Looks like we have a spring thing. Okay. Flip it over. I need to pop that retaining ring out. Like I said, I've not done this before, so good chance I'll be doing some things wrong here or out of sequence. But you gotta learn somehow. I don't know what the decibel rating of a shop building is in a heavy rainstorm, but it's up there. This is just barely sprinkling right now. All right, get the ring off. Pin probably can go either way. It's already about to fall out. Let's see. Okay. I'll lay everything out in the order that they came apart. So I think this ball socket will come right out, but I think I want to pull this cover off the end, just kind of see how everything fits together, just in case I'm doing this backwards. I want to pull the shifter out and not know how it went back in. I'm going to bust these off real quick. And they are guess they're halves. Kind of a little sloppy. Oh man, they're loose too. Okay, so I'm gonna assume there's water or grease or both under here. So I'm gonna go get a drip pan. Gotta hurry up and get done to go in the house and watch, what would that be? Game 6 of the World Series. I don't watch a whole lot of baseball, especially not regular season, but I'm almost hoping that the Braves win. Kind of like the underdog thing. I got my front bumper paid for the truck. So I'm really looking forward to that showing up. Guys should be shipping it any time now, I hope. And it's full of grease, like it should be. And there used to be grease anyways. Gonna be a lot of cleaning going on here shortly. Gonna get you a better view of what's going on there. Looks like that ball just, oh, there it popped out. The ball just right in a socket inside of there, in that deal. I don't know if that popped out because too much slop in it, or if it popped out because I took the cover off. I don't know. So clearly this shift arm comes out, then I can push the shaft out. As simple as that gets. Throw a wiper down. Not surprisingly, this little ball on the end of here has a fairly substantial amount of wear on it. I assume at some point in time that was a ball, no longer a ball. Let's see, focus. Not sure if that was an actual ball or what the deal is there. May need some welding and machining. So, it should just pop right out. Yummy. Normally I don't particularly care to get grease and stuff on my hands, but when you're trying to operate a camera and adjust stuff, it is a little more challenging. Trying to keep all this crap off your phone, and or like the fancier guys using the GoPros and stuff. That's nasty. Maybe you'll get a better look at this when I get it all cleaned up. Looks like all we got on here is a paper gasket. Doesn't look like any gasket of any kind up there. And I can't tell if that's a bushing or if it's some kind of bronze guide pressed in there. That may just be a lip seal with a bronze guide in the middle. I don't know. I can't see it. So, let me clean it up real quick. I know there's some of you out there that have done this before and already know what this is. It's got a part number, which is good. So far I haven't found anything on this truck yet that isn't available. I mean, other than the obvious being sheet metal and stuff like that. If any of y'all out there know where some TransStar trucks are that have some good usable parts, please let me know. I can't go down to International and just buy a bunch of this stuff. So it does look like there's a bronze guide in there. And this also does look like it used to be a lip seal. I'll let you get a look at it. Get some light in there. You can't see it real good, but that used to be a lip seal here. Just completely come apart. You can kind of see a bronze guide in there. The lip seal's just done. And I imagine that bronze guide is the main culprit for having so much slop in this. The shaft shows somewhere, but probably putting a new guide in it would alleviate most of that, putting a new bronze guide in it. But I'll probably clean this up better and knock that seal and bronze guide out off camera. Otherwise, nobody wants to just sit there and watch you fumble with something. So, next on the list, we will tear this. I don't even know what you call it. The assembly that mounts on top of the shifter or the transmission. this guy. Don't know what this is called, but at a minimum, the boots are completely gone. I mean, it doesn't seem to have any up and down play. Not much anyways. Not like the shifter does. It seems to move pretty smooth. But the boots are totally torn off, and at a minimum, I'm gonna tear it apart, put whatever seals, boots it needs, and clean this up and paint it. Put new grease in it, or gear oil, whatever the two it has. It looks like it's got gear oil in it. I assume it just slings up in there in the transmission gears, but I don't know that. So I take the boots off, but they're off already. So I guess we'll just jump right into that. Get my block of wood here. This video is going to be a little bit shorter. Like I said, I accidentally deleted a bunch of my stuff, and I apologize for that. Kind of made me mad. I'm sure everybody that's ever had a YouTube channel has done it a bunch of times. Oh well, lesson learned. Okay, this cover's probably the same, but it's got a part number in the bottom, so I can reference that for which side is up. I think this thing's full of gear oil. I'll probably would pull that shaft out if I can, and emery cloth it up, get it cleaned up. It's got a little bit of corrosion and stuff like that on it, but nothing bad. Probably the gear oil that's in there has been in there for a couple of decades. Designs stuff like this that just have like rear axles, hub assemblies, they tend to get an inconsistent flow of oil. So the oil that's in the end of like axle hubs can be a lot older and a lot worse shape than the oil that's in the pumpkin or the differential, or in this case, basically once this fills up, I mean, what's in there isn't really going to get out very well, if that is in fact how this works. But I know it's that way in trucks. Like I've done hub jobs, put bearings and stuff, and the gear oil in the pumpkin looks great, and the oil in the hubs is just done. Get my bolts out of there. I don't expect this to be any complicated piece. I really don't seem to find very much that's complicated on this stuff. Set this out of the way. It's fascinating to me to see how all this stuff works. I like to know how things work or how they don't work. I don't know, just from an educational standpoint, I guess. It's crazy to me that you can find all those gears in this transmission, shift it and operate it with the that little gearbox there we already took apart. This 90-degree thing and a couple of drive shafts is amazing to me, the technology. to get that to work. I like to try to figure out how stuff like that operates. See if I can get a good shot of that, how that works. Kind of dark in there, but you see that would go, this right to left movement would be from like the reverse low gear side would be like there, and then what would that be? Second, third, fifth, sixth, the opposite side of the transmission, and then it rotates that way to go, let's see, that would be, this would be second, fourth, then this would be the other way. But this being submerged in oil, I don't expect it really to find much wear. But okay, so it looks like there's this bronze guide inside of there. Maybe a lip seal, but I can't see it very well. If I don't see any wear in here, I'm probably not going to pull all this out, especially if there's not a lip seal in there. If there's a lip seal, I'll probably go ahead and pull that bolt, that cross bolt out. It's tie wired in, and pull the shaft out of there. But I'm going to stand this thing up on the end. Well, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to pull these clamps off. Yesterday I had to go rescue my buddy in that blue 379 Pete blue radiator hose down south end of Tulsa. Well, it wasn't a radiator hose, it was a small 5/8 hose. Blew it off and ran down there and got it swapped out in between some rainstorms. So that was fun. That truck has a 60 series Detroit in it. It's the one I did a video on that my buddy had owned before he passed away. Right now his brother's driving it. Pretty neat truck. We may put a tag axle on it that his brother was building before he passed away. He about got it finished. We get it'll have 2 tag axles at that point. All right. These old boots died many years ago, I think. Might have to end up cutting it off, but all right, CM Works. Now you know how this comes apart, or at least got a better idea of it. You get out there and get that Dodge Cabover going. I've never seen one of them before in my life before that one. I really don't know that a full teardown on this is necessary. I'm not really seeing any wear on there, so I might just give it a quick clean up, and there's really no slop in the bushings, so this would be probably fine. Good cleaning, place these boots, which is good. This truck's gonna end up costing a fortune to get put together. I didn't expect any less. I'm looking for a good grill, a nice grill for one of these Transtar 2 trucks. It needs to be a Transtar 2 4070B model. Yeah, that's gonna take some scraping. The other end of this is the transmission end. This is nearly exactly the same, whether it be a conventional truck with a shifter coming right out of the top of the transmission or a Cabover, as far as how this works. It just goes just like that. Just has a gasket under it. Looks like it's just going to need a good cleaning, but anyways, got a little water in it. I'm gonna check that ball, make sure there's not a bunch of wear in that. But I'm gonna get a list made up for all the parts I need to order, clean everything up. Like I said, my main concern here is this shaft. You probably can't see it on the camera, but it's got some wear in there. Go see it. Probably don't show up on the camera, but it's got just a little bit of wear right there. You could weld it and machine it, but honestly, I don't know that it's that bad. What I'll do is I'll order the bushing for that thing if it's available, and get it popped out of there, see how snug that shaft fits in here. Right now it's just all over the place. I don't know if it's because the bushings wore out, which I can see obvious wear in there where it's worn right through the bronze color, and obviously you can see how much it's out around. This is where my biggest problem is, and if need be, I'm sure I can find one of these or the parts for one relatively easy. One of the Facebook groups, some of the guys there have overhauled those and had them machined and turned back down to correct diameter. I'd rather not do that, but I would also rather not tear up my transmission. So it'll be what it'll be. All right, y'all. Well, that's about it for this episode. Wish it was longer, but as you can hear, Mother Nature isn't cooperating, and some idiot, this one, deleted half of the video, and I've run out of time, and I probably won't be able to touch the actual truck till this time next week. So I'll try to keep stuff coming out, and I appreciate you watching, and like and subscribe, and let me know if you know where some truck parts are. It's 4070B. I appreciate you watching.